Our journey on Earthfile today begins from the Commodore Channel in Lagos. It is bold channel of sufficient depth for the safe navigation of vessels into Nigeria. The Lagos Lagoon forms part of an intricate system of waterways made up of lagoons and creeks that are found along the coastline of Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo and Cote d'Ivoire. It is connected to the Atlantic Ocean by Commodore Channel in Lagos. The lagoon is located between longitude 3 degrees 23 miles and 3 degrees 40 miles east, and latitude 6 degrees 22 miles and 6 degrees 38 miles north. And it is the largest of the 4 lagoon systems, mainly of the Gulf of Guinea, covering an area of 257.49 kilometers. The lagoon is shallow in most places, usually less than 1.5 meters deep, and receives fresh water from important rivers like Ogun, Ona and Oshun.
It's a Commodore Channel. We call it Commodore Channel. Now it's a brackish water environment. It's not 100% seawater because the entrance to the seawater is there. So sometimes the salinity of the water changes. But the depth, as I was saying now, the depth varies depending on where you are. So to the middle of the channel is over 20 meters. By the banks, you had when the staff they says about 5 meters. So and that's how it varies. But at the mouth of the entrance, MPA goes there regularly to dredge because of the sand that is coming from up from Badagry area, fills up that place. Normally the same sand will have crossed over and to nourish from our jetty down to Alpha Beach. But because of the west move, it trapped that sand. And that sand, when it's trapped, it's not able to block the entrance. But now it's depriving the eastern side of sediments. Normally during this season, this is the monsoon season, we experience storm surges and along the coastline of Nigeria in general, and not only in Lagos. So this is the time where there are swells from the Atlantic Ocean, and then the water level rises, and then it breaks at the coastline. So this is due to the effect of the southeast trade winds that bring in the cold current, the monsoon rains. So during July, August, we normally experience storm surges in this part of the Gulf of Guinea. This is a natural phenomenon. So it's not that the surge is a natural phenomenon, and it occurs when there is swells in the Atlantic, or when there is and it's sometimes seasonal. So especially also when you have strong winds, then you also have there's possibility of having storm surges. But the issue is that all you need to do is to protect your own environment. That since you know the amount of force that is coming to your own coastal area, then you reinforce your own jetty. Like this our jetty that is gone now needs to be reinforced so that the water level will not rise above the shoreline. Also in areas that are low lying, for example, this illegal sand mining along our beaches. Those are the natural barrier that nature has put over some millions of years is now being undermined by anthropogenic activities by beach goers or people who are doing construction in Lagos State. So they remove those sand those sands will have been, because we call this place a barrier island bar, those barriers will have prevented the tidal variation from spilling over to the shoreline.
The area surrounding the Lagos Lagoon is probably the most urbanized and industrialized in Nigeria. The lagoon plays a significant role for the human community due to the prosperous and massive fishing exploitation and commerce. However, the environment is also very sensitive to the stress exerted by human activities that may affect and damage its ecological equilibrium. Another school of thought insists that the increasing level of surge experienced in the community has been necessitated by the ongoing Eco-Atlantic City project by the Lagos State government in the past 5 years. The new city is expected to accommodate 250,000 residents after completion.
Definitely, we know that the shoreline have been tampered with, and that will have effect on the ocean dynamics. Man has altered the natural dynamics of the system. When the Eco-Atlantic started their work, they have so much issue downstream that the erosion was so severe they have to move in immediately to make sure that the sandfield and combating. So their project, the area will be protected provided the shoreline is maintained. Provided the shoreline is maintained, the Eco-Atlantic project will be protected. But from our coastal erosion project, because the Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research is responsible for monitoring the coastline of Nigeria from Badagry to Calabar, which is about 854 kilometers. From the interview from Okunja, from Rimedu, they found out that the effect of erosion has been more severe since the project started. And then the Alpha Beach, they had to start constructing the groin when the Eco-Atlantic project started. So we have been seeing more severe effect of the storm. But this is subject to more detailed research.
Waves are really very energetic. They're full of power, and naturally they want to collect sand, take sand away. The way to help this is to have wave breakers and also protect the shoreline where they have the most impact. For example, along the Bar Beach, we have seen that they collect a lot of sand and they deposit it along the shoreline towards Ekpe. If you go to the holiday resorts, I've forgotten the name now, you will see accretion of sand. Actually, the beachfront is increasing around that area. That's clear evidence that we can do something. We can prevent the collection and unusual deposits. Well, I enjoy what they are doing. I enjoy that they are developing the shoreline. These are prime land that we had wasted over time, that we allowed all sorts of ramshackle things to develop. These are real prime land. And if you go to Cape Town, you will see buildings right inside the sea. You enjoy it. They are very expensive things to really construct. For us, what we have really done is to reclaim the land that we lost to these waves, because our natural shoreline actually goes inside the water beyond where we are presently. So really, I don't see, as an environmentalist, any negative impact if we properly take precautions and also do those things that will not make those structures extremely vulnerable.
Eco-Atlantic City does not bring high wave, ocean surge. This is regular occurrence 3 times a year in this part of the world. And it's nature. You cannot cheat nature, you cannot control nature. What is happening around the world, this is our brunt of it. It's happening to us here in Lagos as well now. Because if you look at international television and you see what is going on in India, China, in the Caribbean. This is our own part of it. So nothing whatsoever to do with Eko Atlantic City. Eko Atlantic City has protected Victoria Island. That project has protected Victoria Island, but you fail to see that. If you can imagine, without the barrier and the project Eko Atlantic City and the kind of surge that's happening here, you can imagine what Victoria Island would be today. It would be submerged underwater without Eko Atlantic City.
Recently, there was another surge on the coastal area in Lagos. We also visited some of the shores in the state, which include the